Countless people are having rapture dreams. And I want to talk about this because I was thinking about this and how, like, 2021, early 2021 was when I first started hearing people saying that they were having rapture dreams. And it really caught my attention. And I was just like, of all times, why now? And as time went on, as time passed, more and more and more people were coming forward saying they were having these dreams. So, of course, I wanted to have a rapture dream. The Lord gives me lots of dreams. I journal them. He gives me the interpretation. A lot of them are just for me. A few of them were for other people to share with and stuff. But I did have 3 rapture dreams. The first dream I had was November of 2021. And that rapture dream was kind of long, very real. For those of you who have rapture dreams, I bet you feel your body lift off the ground. It's such a surreal feeling. It's so real. I felt my body lift off. It's weird. I went to this holding place and my mother was there and there was not a lot of people there. I was kind of blown away that there was just very few people there, and that stuck out to me. But anyways, the Lord brought us back to the place that we came from because there was a multitude of people there, and he was showing me that the time you're waiting for is not yet, and that a lot of people still needed salvation, and he was waiting for that. That's the gist of the message I had in the first rapture dream. The second rapture dream I had was January of 2022. And I was standing out in front of my house in the street, looking up at the sky, and it was cloudy. And as I looked up, I saw the clouds separate and pull away from each other. And I looked behind the clouds as the sunlight started to come through, and I could see the most beautiful city. It was so breathtaking. And right then, I lifted off the ground. And in this dream, the only word I can think of is euphoric. The feeling was so supernatural love. I felt this supernatural love surround my whole being, and it just felt so real. Never felt anything like that. And so when I woke up, I was like, I can't believe that wasn't real. And then the third one I had was in June of 2022. I think it was the night before Pentecost. That one, I was driving in my car. My daughter was next to me. My husband was behind me in the back seat, and my mother was next to him. And I'm driving down this main road where I live, and I looked out the driver's side window up into the air, and I saw Jesus on this huge throne. He was huge, and he had a white robe on and a purple sash, and people in white robes were going up into the air toward the throne. And I reached my hand out the window and said, Jesus. I screamed, Jesus, don't forget me. And right then, an angel came down to the hood of my car and pulled me out through the windshield up into the air. Again, felt so real. And I looked at the angel in his face and I said, what about my family? And the angel looked at me and said, they're coming. And then I woke up. And so those were my 3 rapture dreams. But I'm just amazed at how many people, more and more people as time goes on, are having these rapture dreams. And I'm thinking to myself, why now? Isn't it awful funny? It's no coincidence that now is the time that people are having rapture dreams. Like, no one was reporting in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19 that they were having rapture dreams. We're having them now. Why? Because we are in the last days. The Lord is preparing us. He's showing us that he is about to return. We should be excited. I know some of you are getting a little discouraged. Don't be discouraged. I wanted to say, I remember I was raised in a Catholic home, and, I believed in God. I believed in Jesus, that, he was the Son of God, raised from the dead, all of that he died for me. I believed it in my mind, in my head, not in my heart, right? So at 21, not knowing a whole lot about the Lord, my parents actually, there was a newspaper that the Catholic Church used to give out called The Evangelist, and my parents gave me a copy of that when I was 21. And one day I sat down and opened up the paper. Actually, on the front page, it said something about the end times, and I flipped through to find the article, and it was saying, like, within this 40-year period, we would, if you're alive 40 years from then, you would see the end times. And I was 21. So I did the math and I was like, wow, I'm going to be here to see the end times. I was so intrigued. I was so in awe, like, wow. And that was talking about signs that we would see, things that would be happening and unfolding. And I was just like, who is this powerful God? I need to know him. And so when I was 27, I had a divine appointment. And that's when I made a profession of faith, became born again, and started my walk with the Lord. And now I'm 52. I'll be 53 next month. So here we are. Here we are. The article I read, I feel we're living right in this times. We are alive in the most incredible time to be alive. And the fact that you were chosen to be alive right now, think about that. You could have been alive any other time in any other generation, but God chose you to be alive right now in this moment in time. And as evil as the world is, it's an incredible time to be alive for the believer. So we're excited. And if you're discouraged, we are all waiting for our bridegroom together. We're all waiting for him together at the same time. So you're not alone. We're waiting patiently, and it's just his mercy that he has not returned yet. It's his mercy because there's still this wedge of time. There could be 5 minutes left. He could come in 5 minutes from now. But my point is, the fact that he hasn't come has been giving people more time, and soon and very soon, the restrainer will be removed and all hell will break loose on this earth. So be in prayer for your loved ones. This is a time to be running after the lost and pointing people to Christ. And we should be calling the backsliders home. If you're backslidden, come home. Jesus says, forget about what you've done. Just come home.